name is Mark Igbinedion, and welcome to the Disciple Diaries. How did my journey with God begin? I would say my journey with God began properly or officially when I started seeking a personal relationship with God, better, deeper spiritual connection with myself, and a better understanding about where I needed to go and the path and basically what my purpose in life was. And at the time, I remember convincing my cousin, come with me to a Christian concert. I just had a real call to be there, and I remember that day was a very transformative days in both our lives, probably him more than me. And I would say that was the start of my journey, let's say. Did I find anything challenging when I got started? If so, what was the most challenging? So I would say it was letting go of previous mistakes. I think that as human beings by nature we're quite negative, let's say, or pessimistic to ourselves and to situations that have happened previously in life. And I almost felt like an imposter, that I didn't really deserve an amazing relationship with God. So I really found that was probably the most challenging thing about it, and really allowing myself to be free and to be expressive and to feel loved in the midst of necessarily how I handled certain challenges and temptations. How would I describe my life with God so far? I would describe my life as God as one of a father-son, brotherly, friendship relationship. I consult God about everything and anything I do. It's a conversation throughout the day. It's nothing too methodical. I think I don't do all this structured prayer and prayer in the morning and, I on and off read my Bible. I go for periods where I read it. I go for periods where I don't. But the relationship's a solid one. It's a friendship. It's open. It's spiritually inclined. It's all about connecting with myself and really connecting with God on a deeper level so I can get a deeper understanding. So nothing too regimented and nothing too structured. It's just open and free. Why do I walk with God? For me, this is the simple answer of the day. I walk with God because I want that life. I believe that a life without God is a life without meaning. It's a life that's empty and a bit shallow, and that's not the life I want to I want to live. I believe as human beings, we're put on this earth to procreate and do amazing things as individual and as a collective. So in order to really have a life of peace and understanding, I believe you have to connect with God in order to truly connect with yourself and your path on this life, because each one of us has, I believe, a unique path. What's one of the most important lessons I've learned on my walk with God? So for me, it's about forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others, forgiveness of those around you. Forgiveness, I used to believe that forgiveness was for the person that you're forgiving, that it benefits them, that if somebody's wronged you and you forgive them, then they've basically gotten away with something, or they've gotten away with doing harm to you and you've let it go, and therefore, you're taking something from yourself and giving it to them, and it's really not like that. And I think, I don't want to go into details now, but some of the biggest decisions I've made, or the biggest single impacts on my life in terms of personality and me as a person, have been because I've been able to forgive both myself and people around me who I felt wronged me in order to help me move forward. So I would say that forgiveness for me is the overarching single most beneficial thing that I've gained from this. What piece of advice would I give somebody watching this who would also like a relationship with God? I think it's simple. Keep it simple. Just have conversations. Start small. Don't be pressurized into thinking that you need to have it all figured out, or you need to have a deep understanding of in scripture, or, really even have a church to go to. Ultimately, your relationship with God can simply be you just opening up to God and asking him questions and asking for ways, asking for guidance, asking for signs, asking for anything. Just go out there, have a conversation, and just keep it simple. That's the best advice I can give. Put too much pressure on it. Think of it as like having a best friend that you can just relate with about anything and everything, and nothing's too small and nothing's too big. My name is Mark Igbinedion, and I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ.